Now I know where that comes from.
I'm not going to judge, though. And everybody was really nice.
That's funny.
What's crazy is the accent. Everybody who looks black, white, Indian, they all have the same accent. So it's just kind of odd. When you see it, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You should be sounding like this. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
sound like this. But they all sound the same.
Yeah.
We just talk to each other.
Okay.
We just talk to each other and he'll handle that. All right. This is nice.
What's this movie?
Wow. Hi. Welcome. From the halls of justice. This is exciting. I am so happy to be with you this evening. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, wherever you are in the city. And with us tonight, we have two very special guests, and I'm excited. I have a very special co-host with me tonight. He is an international minister, pastor, and evangelist all over the world. I'm just really honored to have you here.
Thank you, Wanda.
Dean A. Clark. And he's going to help me interview a phenomenal, powerful woman. And that's Tami Warren. And she's an attorney and a public defender. And she's also running for judge. And the thing I like about Tami is that she really has a heart for people. Your job is just... I can't even imagine. It's probably overwhelming. And this woman has so much spirit and so much fight. And from the halls of justice. I love this. So, Pastor Clark, you know, I've been a really good girl. So I feel good having you here with me tonight. And so would you like to start off interviewing our fabulous guest tonight?
So, where are you from, and what brought you here to the city?
Wow, that story is really long. I'll just give you like the short version. I'm actually originally from Dallas, born and raised, but my mother joined the military when I was in the 7th grade. So we traveled all over the world. And then I came back to Dallas to go to college, and then I left immediately. So even though I'm from Dallas, my entire family is there. I've lived in LA longer than I lived in Dallas, but I still consider myself a Texan, including loving the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone loves the Dallas Cowboys.
They're America's team.
Now, let's see. So you're not a native Angelino, and this is the military is what brought you here, right?
Well, no, actually, let's see. When I finished college, the first job that I got was as a flight attendant.
Wow.
So I was a flight attendant for many, many years, and that's how I ended up in LA. I came from New York to LA.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Being so talented, having so much knowledge and skill in your field, it seems like you really know this is your place. And that I just get that sense that you know LA is the place for you. That's what you kind of come across. Why do you think it's here? And how did you find your calling to do what you do here? What made you know that you're supposed to be here?
Well, to be honest, when I left New York, I wanted to get as far away from New York as I could because I was in a bad relationship. So, actually it was a beautiful relationship, it just ended. So I thought, how far away can I get from this person? And that's how I got to LA. But once I got here, and to be that close, and I'm 5 minutes from the beach, so to be that close to the ocean, I knew that this was a place that I wanted to live because I'm just so in love with the ocean. It really calms me down. Even when I was studying for the bar, I would spend all of my days at the beach studying. So I knew this was a place for me.
Wow.
But I don't want anybody to think that I'm a native Angelino because I'm not. I'm from Dallas.
Oh my God, by way of New York.
By way of New York.
Okay.
Detroit. I spent a little time in Detroit too. Australia,
It's my roots.
everywhere.
My roots are Detroit.
I was going to say, I forgot to mention now, Pastor Clark is from down under. He's from Australia.
Australia.
Yeah. So, and Australia, and you've done ministry in Paris and.
Oh, I've got a little house in Paris, Texas. But when I want to impress people, I say I have a house in Paris, and I stop before I get to Texas. my church roots, because I preach, and my music roots are Detroit.
Okay.
As a child, I went to church in Detroit, in Spirit-filled Holy Ghost Church, and that kind of framed my soul, I guess.
Well, you and I go to the same church in Dallas.
That's right, Potter's House, Bishop T.D. Jakes.
Now, with both of you, I know that Pastor Clark, he loves people. I mean, he really does. He has a heart for people. He cares about people. And that's really one of the things that struck me about Ms. Warren, who next year we might be calling her the Honorable Judge Warren. So
yes.
That's what we're praying for. And what made you want to go to law school?
Boy, I'm the accidental lawyer. I am an absolute accidental lawyer. I was a flight attendant for 19 years. So one day, literally, I'm leaving the airport, driving down Century Boulevard, and I see a sign that says, University of West Los Angeles School of Law, turn left. And I thought, law school? That sounds like fun. And I signed up for law school, just
Wow.
like that. Didn't know a lawyer, never been in court before, never thought about being a lawyer, but I thought it sounded interesting.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to law school, it was more interesting than I ever expected.
Okay.
And then by the time I finished and graduated past the bar, it's like, oh, wow, now I've got to be a lawyer. I just thought going to school was fun.
Uh-huh.
Now I've got to be a lawyer. And I love it. I love it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it shows.
But I didn't start out doing criminal defense, but I knew I wanted to do that. So I started out in private practice. I had my own little office on Wilshire, and I did family law, which I thought that was so soul-sucking that I just couldn't really do it. And God bless everyone who can.
I love
But,
Is that ex-wife stuff and
yes.
ex-husband stuff?
Baby
Okay.
mama drama. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I knew I wanted to do criminal law. I applied at the public defender's office, and I don't tell a lot of people, but they didn't hire me. So I thought, oh, I've got to keep doing family law. So then 6 months later, I go back, look, I need this job. I want this job. Then I got it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I know in family law, they say that you see the best people at their worst. And in criminal law, you see the worst people at their best.
I disagree. I think the worst possible day you will ever have is when you're a criminal defendant, because nobody likes you. And if you don't have family there, which most of our clients don't, the only advocate, the only person, the only good, the only human touch, the only kind word you will get comes from your lawyer.
Wow.
And what if your lawyer doesn't even want to be that person, doesn't want to do that for you? For instance, when I do trials, I make sure that all my clients have suits. They don't have any suits. I own about 18 men's suits.
All
Me.
right.
That's awesome.
Shirts, ties. I don't know how to tie a tie, but I keep all the ties tied because my clients don't know how to tie the ties either. But you're going to be sitting in court with a suit on, looking like a human being while I argue for you.
Yes.
See, that's a small thing that people don't even know. But most of our clients never even seen a suit. And many of my clients, when they finish with their cases, I give them the suit.
Oh
I
my
give them the
God.
suit.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and
That's-
it's easy. It's easy to do, but it makes them feel good. I
Right.
told one client, he says, how do I look? And I said, you look like Wall Street. The face just lit up. And I thought, this is why I'm doing this. Because you need one person in your corner believing in you. You just need one.
Absolutely.
Wow. You know, I'm a minister, and I do the same thing that you do, is that you take people in whatever decrepit circumstance, and you're the one person that doesn't judge them for everything that they've done, but sees their potential. And like myself, you could be the one person to begin their first step on a journey to recovery in life, and that's phenomenal.
Absolutely. And that's what gives me joy, because most of the time I'm basically hitting my head up against a wall. But every once in a while you break through with someone, or you do something really great for someone, or some outcome is just amazing, and I'm literally in tears. I cry in court all the time. They think I'm a big baby.
Wow,
but I don't care. I cry because I have a heart, and these are people. You know, I sometimes bailiffs refer to our clients as bodies, They
Ooh.
say, we don't have the bodies up yet. We don't have the bodies up yet. And I always say, can you just say clients or the defendants? And I always correct them. Just one little thing. It's like when you hear a racist joke. You got to like make sure the person knows that that's not cool.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Now, you are involved with, number one, you're a public defender. And so that must be, it says pretty challenging. No, that must be extremely challenging.
It is. Because you're finding everybody I meet is having their worst day.
Right.
Everybody.
Mm.
So, and then today, though, I had a young lady who was getting off probation today. She was like 9.5 months pregnant, so she was due that day.
Oh my God.
And she had done everything she needed to do. Boom, case was over. That felt good.
Oh my God.
That felt good. Now go have your baby with a clear record.
I got a question. Now you're so happy and so up dealing with such a negative thing. What do you do? What do you do to get out of that stress and to get out of that world? And I'm sure it's the satisfaction you know that you're putting into some people's life. That's my key for happiness and victory in my life, is knowing that I'm helping somebody. How do you keep happy like you are?
To be perfectly honest, which my clients always say, and I'm like, right, that's how you start telling a lie. But I've always been this way. I'm a flight attendant for 19 years. My whole career is based on being nice to people. So promotions or getting good letters or getting any kind of accolade, you got that because of someone saying you were really nice. And there's not another job like that except possibly being a prostitute. But that's about it. So people say, how are you so upbeat? It's because it's just my nature. My mother, if you meet my mother, she's exactly the same way. My aunts, my grandmother was the same way. We're all just kind of happy people. And another thing is my mother I never grew up angry. I never grew up angry. So all the stuff that's happening in the news and everything that's happening, it all is very foreign to me. I'm learning about it because I grew up just very normal and happy. Poor, but happy.
Well, you're not going to be poor, so that's okay. We were talking earlier this week, and you brought up that you're involved with several activities. I like that reentry project that you have going on. And do we have a picture of, we have Justice on Trial. It's a film festival. I know it opened up in the beginning of the program. Can we get a shot of that? Okay, that's cool. There we go.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
It starts on September 17th, and it's for the weekend. It's on the weekend, Saturday
Okay.
and Sunday. And there are 3 films per day. It costs $25 for both days, so one $25 fee. But you see one of the films per day, and then for the first 2 hours, in the second 2 hours, there's like a town hall meeting about different racial issues. But the films that we have are amazing. One of them is called Cast the First Stone, and it's the first film ever filmed with all prison actors
Oh my God.
in
Awesome.
a prison, and they wrote it, they directed it, they filmed it, and women from other prisons were actors in it as well.
Oh my God.
They're all prisoners.
Okay.
And they're telling the story of Jesus, going to the cross, the crucifixion, all of that.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
I cannot wait. I get chills every time I watch the trailer. And that's another thing. If people click on the website, it does show the trailers for the movies, and you get to pick which one you want to see.
Now, the re-entry program that you're involved in, tell us a little bit about that.
Susan Burton, who was CNN Hero of the Year in 2010, she went in and out of prison. Well, first of all, Susan had a child, and he was actually killed when he was 5 years old, run over by a police officer. 5-year-old child. So that started her spiral into drugs. She went in and out of prison for over 20 years, in and out, in and out. Finally, after 20 years, she decided that she was going to stay clean and stay sober and get the help she needs. After she did that, she wanted to help other women.
Okay.
So in 1998, she brought a couple of women from prison. You know, they get dropped off in Skid Row. We picked them up, and she brought them to her home to help them re-enter into society. So you help them with job skills and getting your ID, getting your kids back, everything. And now, fast forward, now we have 5 homes.
Oh my God.
We've helped over 500 women. We do reentry, we do ticket amnesty clinics, so we help people get their licenses back if they've been suspended. We help people with expungements. We do a lot of stuff. But what we're trying to do is show that people who are in prison deserve a chance back in society. Because even here, when people don't realize that once you get out of prison and you're not on parole or probation, you can vote, but you can't be on a jury. Felony,
You can vote.
you can vote, but you can't be on a jury if you've been convicted of a felony. Why is that? You're keeping them less than.
You know, what you said is so powerful about this lady getting out of prison, finding her destiny, helping other people. For me, I was a rock and roller, cocaine addict, and within 3 weeks of my conversion to the Lord and to God, out of the debauchery of rock star life, the thing that brought me my what would you call it, the answer to my addictions and all my problems, the solution to all of it was me actually helping other people. That was so powerful what you said, that people's victory and the solution to so many issues is taking the little bit of help that you might have got from a friend or just made up in your own mind or from God or from whatever, and using the little bit you have to help somebody else. It seems to be a cure for all these destructive things, and I appreciated what you said.
Which is what they talk about in Romans. We just talked about this in Sunday school yesterday, which was, if you put love first, if you love your neighbor as yourself, then you won't cheat on them, you won't steal, you won't murder them, because you're loving that person.
Right.
So if you can, and my client ministered to me today, and I was in tears. He really had very strong Bible knowledge.
Wow.
But, and see, I learn from my clients too. Not only bad stuff, not good stuff, not only good stuff, but bad stuff too. But he really, when we really talked about how love is really the key, and when you love somebody, you want to help them.
Right.
So you want to help pull them up. So if you can help one person, you've done a lot.
Right.
And I was telling Wanda on the phone the other day, I said, one of the things that's so glaring to me since I moved from Dallas, and I've been here over 20 years, is people don't hold the door for you. I'm just shocked that I walk in and boop, the door's going to hit me right in the face because the person in front of me is not going to hold it. But when I go home, I'm just amazed. Children, black men, white men, little boys, everybody holds the door for you. They all hold the door for you. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have noticed that.
Yeah.
And I also noticed that people don't let you in when you need to get in the freeway here.
No, they don't. They don't. They speed up.
They speed up.
Now, recently, you were in a judicial candidate race, and that must have been very exciting for you.
It was very, very stressful.
Okay.
I would have to say I loved campaigning, though, because it was fun to get out and meet people. Because people don't know who the judges are, and most judges get appointed to the bench. They don't run. So it's very seldom that people run, but when they do run, they're always DAs. So their message is always very different from what I want to hear. So when I decided to run, it was very exciting to go to these mega churches like West Angeles and City of Refuge, and just get to put my message out there to talk about my clients and how they're important to me, and how I want a judge who's diverse, or a judge who contributes to their community. That's another thing. I'm on the judge circuit, the circuit, and then so I see all these candidates. Nobody does any community service. I'm like, how can you stand in judgment of a community that you don't know anything about, or that you've never spent time with? I found that to be I just found that to be very eye-opening.
Now, this is the part where I'm going to speak up, and this is where I throw in my vote for my judges, because I have to say these men have changed my life. Judge Cunningham has served the community, and Judge Mitchell, he's a lot in your vein, where he definitely changed my life. I saw him running on Channel 5, and he took the men. He was tired, well, men and women, it turned out, that It turned out to be that he said he got tired of just sending them to jail, and he started working with the Midnight Mission, and now they do these marathon runs. I tried to run with them. I can say I did try. And they were absolutely beautiful. The word I missed was marathon. I'm accustomed to running like maybe a mile or 3 max, and then I go to Starbucks with my girls and hang out, you know. These people kept running, and they were serious. They were running for 15 miles. They looked like beautiful stallions, yeah, and I was, forget it. And Judge Diaz has been wonderful to us, and he has taught me a lot about children. I've learned something so much from each of these. I call them 3 kings, and very powerful. But that's how they changed my life.
Well, I will agree with you with Judge Mitchell.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of judges that are doing great things, but my position was these are candidates.
Uh-huh.
These are candidates who want to aspire to be a judge, and they were a little bit lacking in the community service, let's just say.
It's like meet your community just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Maybe your community can be everything, just like your neighbor is anything. I
Right.
live in Torrance. Is that my community? Yeah, I believe it is. But then my community is also my clients. My community is also Compton, where my church is. So, you know, your community can be anywhere. But be involved in it.
Well, so what's next for you?
Well, I am now at a new assignment. So I'm getting to know new clients. I've been in my new assignment for 4 weeks. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, get myself acclimated. But I'm also writing a one-woman show. I decided that I turned 50 last year, anyways. So I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do a one-woman show. I'm going to rent out Inglewood, the Inglewood Theater. It's like 60, 100 people. And I'm going to do a one-woman show. You're invited. So are you.
Oh, my God.
When is that going to be?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, from your mouth to God's ears. When is that going to be is right.
Wow.
But that's what we're working
Cool.
on now, because I really want to tell this story. There's a lot of things. I don't think my life is... I just watched Tony Robbins in I'm Not Your Guru, and it just really inspired me. I really like him very much, but I thought, you know what? I feel like there's something that I need to say, and somebody's going to be helped by it, because you can do it. I went to law school at 36. You can do it, you know?
You are a powerful woman.
Oh,
I mean, my goodness. So you're driving down the street and you
Literally.
see the sign that says law school.
That's
And
exactly
that's
it.
what we want to do. I like that.
I did no preparation, but I'm that way. I'm fearless that way. I'm
Uh-huh.
scared of a lot of things, but it never stops me from doing anything. I will always try something once, always.
And your favorite, I was reading some background on you, and you said that you also have, is it 2 dogs? That
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting, too. And you being here tonight was contingent upon you being able to
Yes.
take care of your doggies.
Yes,
So-
I boarded them. They go to a little daycare that they love, and they give me a little report card. Angie got into a fight with somebody. Okay, well, I'm sure it was their fault. But I have 2 little dogs, both from shelters. One is not guilty, and the other is TJ Hooker. So I got a cop and a robber.
Not guilty's the dog's
Not
name?
guilty. Yeah, we call it NG.
Oh, my God. I love that.
That is funny.
And you know what? And Pastor Dean, I thank him for being here tonight, because he just got off a plane, and from Texas. And once again, he's very humble, but he has preached all over the world, and his love just sees no color. So he likes Elvis. You know, and he has got, and I've got to say this, he has got one of, he was very close to his father and wonderful man. He has got one of the most beautiful mothers. My mother's beautiful too, but his mother is one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Oh.
And the only woman I know that even comes close to her beauty, which was his sister. His sister. I mean, they're a beautiful family. Your brother is extremely
Thank you.
kind. And but you're an awesome guy.
Thank you.
So my mom is my heart, and then after she gives me her blessing and she's sick of looking at me, he's probably going to be my pastor. So I thank you for being here.
And I'd like to know where your church is as well.
Well, we are starting a church called the Los Angeles Church Without Walls, and that is going to be in the San Fernando Valley, Reseda. We're starting in Reseda,
Okay.
and I'll get you that information.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And he well, like I said, we don't do any commercials, but he preaches on the radio. So he preaches on the radio, and he's preaches to just, you know, thousands of people, and but he's also so humble. He will take the time to pray for you, counsel you, talk to you, and that's one of the things. One of your friends that you told me about was Nasser
Oh, yes.
Curry, and he was running
know
for
Nasser.
judge. Yes, and he came to the meetings, and that was the thing that struck me to be so kind about Nasser, is that my mother can be a bit of a challenge. Is Pastor Dean knows, but we love her, and she
Wonderful
loves people.
challenge.
Yes, she's a wonderful challenge, and Nasser was so kind and so understanding and so patient, and I thought this man would be a fabulous judge, and I just thank God for you. I was praying, and Ms. Warren, like I said, I look forward to the day that we call you Your Honor,
Well,
and God has great things in store for you. Is there anything I left out?
I think you pretty much got it, but you know, I just really just believe, you know what, being a great person mixed with great aspirations makes you a great person.
oh,
And I just see so many great things for your life, and you're an encouragement to so many people, and there's just something about you that makes me feel like I can make it too.
oh.
That's what you have about you.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's what I would like.
That's
Thank you.
fabulous.
If I can do that to one person, that makes me happy. Thank you.
And it's fabulous that you can do that and you're a public defender, because a lot of people in your position, they get burnt out. I wasn't going to say that, but they do. They get burnt out. And what I could tell from when I spoke with you is that you still had that fire. You had fire and you had passion. And so do you. I mean, just talking to you makes me want to get up and move around. So, but when you have that kind of fire and passion for people, and you want to protect them, that's God's purpose. That's God's purpose, and that's God's love. And it's a wonderful thing that we have to strive and protect. And so I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. Are you still in the public defender's office?
Yes,
You said that
I
you're on
am
new
still.
assignment.
I was in the office the whole time I was campaigning. It was difficult, but everyone was so supportive.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
they couldn't help. We've got 52 seconds. So once again, I want to thank you. Remember the name, Tami Warren, Esquire, for judge.
Eventually.
And let me interject this for people that are watching right now that may have people that have been in incarceration or whatever. It would be very encouraging to their lives to connect with your website to see these particular movies. What is your website again, Tami?
You know what? If you go to Justice for Trial,
Right.
Justice on Trial,
Right.
If you Google that, it'll take you to the link. And the films are amazing, amazing. Or you can go to anewwayoflife.org.
And the gala is in December.
The gala is in December, our biggest fundraiser, celebrating all the things that we've done for the year and giving some really special people some special honors.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for being here. Wow. There we go. From the Halls
There's
of
the
Justice.
gala.
We'll see you next week on From the Halls of Justice. Hey, Pastor Clark.
Hey.
Hey. Down under Australia. That's cool.
That's great.
All
We
right.
did good. What time is it?
It is
We did great.
6:45. Oh, I got to get down there.
You did.